Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, Magic 89.9. Hello, my name is Zoe. I'm from Afternoon Tea, and we're welcoming March 2021 with a brand new interview. So I've got with me a singer, songwriter, and producer who can apparently make loss and love feel heartbreakingly relatable. And I don't say that lightly. So welcome to 23 Questions. Welcome to the show, Alexander 23. How are you doing today?
Oh man, I am much better now. I gotta take you with me everywhere. That's a good intro. I wish I got that before I order my coffee, you know?
Oh, you drink coffee?
Oh, do I ever? More than you could imagine.
Oh, we're gonna get into that definitely a little bit. And on a scale of 1 to 11, 11 being a state of elation, which number are you at today?
Oh, you know what? I'd put myself at a solid 10. You know,
Wow.
I'd like to save 11 for maybe the first the birth of my first kid or something like that. I feel like if I say 11, I have nowhere to go. But I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm happy to be here talking to you. I'm healthy. And so what more could I really ask for?
That's really great to hear. And it is tradition on our show to play a round of sugar or spice. Are you ready?
Oh, I've been waiting for this all day. Let's go.
All right. Alexander 23 for Sugar or Spice 899. Number 1, waking up at noon.
Spice. I wake up early.
Spice.
I'm a morning person. I used
because
to
you
not
like your coffee.
Exactly.
All right. Number 2, karaoke instrumentals.
Oh, sugar. They're always hilarious how they interpret the song. It's always funny to hear.
They are. Karaoke is beloved here in the Philippines, and I have a special place in my heart for the harpsichord now.
Oh,
so number 3,
number
3, which I think you'll like this, drinking coffee.
Oh, that's a big sugar. That's the biggest sugar possible.
Definitely. I kind of knew that. So do you brew your own coffee?
Oh yeah, I got if you can make coffee a certain way, I have it and I do it. So yes, I certainly do. But I also like going into trying different coffee shops around. So a little bit of everything.
I'm on the AeroPress right now, working my way up. So right now it's going really, really well, and I can't get any sleep, and it's fantastic. So number 4, love letters.
Oh, big sugar, definitely.
Ooh, okay. And number 5, the infamous question, pineapples on pizza.
Oh, spice. No place.
You were going so well.
Sorry.
We were doing so well.
I had a feeling we were going to disagree, but I just, I'm going to have to hold strong on that one.
That's okay. All right. Well, thank you for playing, Alexander. Let's dive into your music right now. So your latest EP, dubbed Oh No, Not Again. I'd say it's gentle and tender, and part of me hates you because the EP itself is a rabbit hole into my repressed emotion. So thank you for that. What was your headspace like putting together these 9 tracks?
Well, I think it was also a rabbit hole into my repressed emotions. So I'm secretly happy that you feel that way. Yeah, for me, it's just I write about personal experiences. So these are all real feelings and about real people and in my very real and normal life. And that's just kind of where it came from.
Okay, all right. And we also live in a dominantly streaming culture. And I feel like your music is surpassing generations when you write a ballad and it blows up on TikTok without a remix. So that's your songwriting taking the spotlight. What was the inspiration behind Cry Over Boys?
So Cry Over Boys started as kind of projecting this story onto this girl I knew and was friends with and something she was going through. And then the more I wrote it, kind of the more I saw myself in the song and the more I realized hey, I'm as guilty of this as anyone. I over romanticize things all the time. And once I kind of had that more kind of significant connection to it, it quickly became one of my favorite songs of mine.
Okay. And was it intentional to have that whole graphic of a notes app like in the iPhone and have it be like a karaoke thing? Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I just thought that would be a fun way of mixing it up. I'm so happy you saw that and noticed it. But I too love karaoke, so when I come your way, we're gonna have to hit it together.
Oh, definitely, we're gonna turn it up. I'm gonna hold you to that. So nice. And I'm also a fan of the Lullaby Hush. That is the track Nothing's the Same, and I believe that is your collaboration with Jeremy Zucker. How did that come together?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm so happy that you like that one. Second of all,
I love it.
I've been friends with Jeremy for a bit, and we've always kind of wanted to get in the studio, and we finally made it happen. He came in this room in my studio in LA, and it was the first day we ever wrote together, and
Wow.
we just both been feeling that way, you know, of that, just like, man, like, did I always feel like this? Is this a new feeling? But it's just been going on so long that I can't even remember. And so
Yeah.
the song that I think meant a lot to both of us at the time, and still does.
It seems like songwriting really is an exploration process for you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's super cathartic, and it's like something that I keep super sacred, and it's something that I use to regulate my own emotions. And I think the biggest bonus in the world is that other people get to, you know, then do the same in turn when the music is out.
Definitely. And I just have to say, I feel like we're actually friends because of how you tweet. So one
Oh
of
my
your most recent ones reads, and I quote you, taking a cold shower is the human equivalent of restarting your computer, which is
God.
totally true. That's straight up facts. And I feel
I'm
like
so
you're
glad you
one
think.
of the, yeah, you're one of the few people that really uses Twitter as a way to express what's on your mind without it being PR like or political. It's very refreshing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love Twitter. It's just like, it's like I treat it like my diary. So I'm happy that you like it. I'm certainly an absolute idiot on there sometimes, but I think every once in a while I hit it.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. I like scrolling through it. If I need a pick me up, that's just really where I go to. So
Oh,
thank you for that. Thank you for
you
picking me
officially
up
made my
on
day.
my dark days.
Yeah, well, it's looks like a do.
But seriously though, I think your lyricism is on another level. So how long have you been writing?
First of all, thank you. I've been writing songs since I was a kid, like since, like, you know, when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And it's just been a really big growing process throughout of finding my voice as a writer. And I think I'm getting more comfortable in that voice and getting more comfortable sharing things about myself that maybe I wasn't as willing
Yeah.
to before.
11 or 12, that's really young. I don't even remember
Yeah.
what I was doing at that age. Probably just worrying about boys. But I'm
Yeah.
really impressed that that's
Well,
how early you started.
I was definitely worrying about girls. I think that definitely took a part in the songwriting exploration in the beginning stages. So don't get it twisted. I was on the same page.
Okay, all right. That makes me feel a lot better. So, and I understand that you're self-produced from the bottom up.
Hmm.
Okay, and it's really fascinating for me to listen to self-produced artists talk about their work because you tend to have like a good measure of the grunt work that goes into making music. You know, the hustle, the 10,000 hours you spend crafting, and it comes out into your musicality, Alexander, and it comes out in your EP, which I admire you for. So, I want to know what is the best advice that you've gotten in terms of pursuing music?
First, again, once again, thank you. I'm so happy you feel that way. I'm still mind blown at the fact that anyone outside of like a 10-mile radius of me has heard my music, let alone the other side of the world.
Oh,
So,
come on, give yourself more credit.
but what is my advice to people who are just starting out making music? I think,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, my biggest advice is like, don't be afraid to be bad, you know, like don't expect like your like
Oof.
life's work to like just appear out of thin air. Like just go and do it, and worry about less about like where it's going to end up, and worry more about the fact that you're just getting better and having fun and experimenting and finding out what feels right for you. And I think like so many people spend so much time trying to find their path rather than letting the path find them. And that would be my biggest piece of advice.
Damn, those are some wise words. And likewise, and I haven't asked this before, so I'm very curious as to see what your answer would be. What would you deem as the most unrealistic advice that a musician could follow?
The most unrealistic advice that a musician.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I think I'm going to answer this in a way that I've thought about a lot. It's not really a super concise answer, but I think a lot of times, for me at least, I'll like listen to an interview of a musician that I like, that had a song I like, and then someone will ask like, "Oh, like how long did it take you to write this song?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we wrote this song in like 20 minutes." And I think that's like the most misleading thing ever, because that doesn't take into account.
Really?
Well, that just, I mean, maybe you did. Like I've written songs in 20 minutes that I think are great, but that doesn't take into account that, you know, tens of thousands of hours I've spent practicing and finding my
Oh
voice, and
yeah.
finding out what feels good, and experimenting and getting better at guitar and getting better. Like, I just think that's so misleading. And so whenever I'm asked that question, I always try and qualify it with like, you know, like it only took that short because of how long I've put into, you know, like you said, the brunt work before.
Yeah, kind of like Picasso and how it took years for him to draw on a table napkin. I think that's great advice because a lot of people glorify what you would call as the tip of the iceberg and when it comes to making music. So it's kind of nice to debunk that every now and then, especially now that everyone's just putting music out like every single day at the click of
Yeah,
a button.
totally.
So I gotta
think,
say from this, yeah.
oh, I was just gonna say, I think people like sometimes people are like, oh my God, like I love all your songs. Why are all your songs good? And like I don't put out my bad songs, you know, like I think like they're
That's
just like
true.
I like write a bunch of songs that I think are, you know, terrible, and I just don't show them to anyone. It doesn't mean they don't exist. So I think, you know,
Right.
sometimes people can get discouraged by how, you know, how proficient certain people are without seeing the
Yeah.
whole dark side of the moon to their musical journey.
That's funny. I never really thought about it that way. You listen to like tens of thousands of songs every single day, whether it's on Spotify, wherever you get your music. And I just like, as you pointed out, I never realized that you don't hear the bad songs. All
Exactly.
you see is just what this person comes out. It's the best foot forward. So I like that. It's very encouraging for anyone in the creative field. And, so I have to say, from this conversation, I relate to you a lot. From one creative to another, even from the perspective of a fan to an artist. And I think that this conversation has been really special, especially now that I know that you're really into coffee. Like you're way up
Yeah.
there now
Oh, I
on
mean, I'm
my
addicted to
list of
coffee.
favorite artists. One day
Wow.
we
I
are
thought
we
it
are
took. Oh
going to
my
sing
God.
karaoke.
Oh my God. Karaoke and coffee is a match made in heaven. So I can't
Oh
wait.
my God, yeah. One day I'm gonna open a karaoke and coffee shop. I'm gonna call it Alexander 23.
Wow. Isn't that a beautiful place? I would be honored.
That'd be lit. All right. So to close out, because this is very special, to close out, if you can encapsulate your dreams or your goals or your ambition for 2021 in one word or emotion, what would that be? So I know 2020 was a really great run for you. So what do you have in store for 2021?
Yeah, happiness. I mean, it's corny, but I think
No, it's not.
I think for a long time I've looked at happiness as like a destination, and I think now I'm trying to look at it as more of a muscle and something you can work on and get better at, and more so find what works for you rather than just like this binary, am I happy or not?
Happiness is definitely a thing to be practiced, and I am so excited for you knowing that you're this hopeful for 2021. It's infectious, and I hope that
Thank
other
you.
people feel the same way. So that's great, and I look forward to more of your music. Alexander 23. Before we go, by the way, what is the reason behind the 23 in your name?
Ooh, I was born on the 23rd. That's the main
Oh.
reason. And yeah, I'm from Chicago and grew up, you know, playing basketball, loving Michael Jordan. And I was 23 when I started writing.
Oh,
So it's just a little bit of everything, just kind of spice it up at the end. And yeah,
yeah.
that's it. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Well, you were born in the 23. I was born in the 24th. So maybe I should start calling myself Zoe 24 with my karaoke and coffee shop.
Ooh, I
All
like that.
thanks to you.
Got a nice ring to it.
It definitely does. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.
All right. His new EP is called Oh No, Not Again. And there's no way you're skipping out on this one. Stream it wherever you get your music and do anything you can to support him. Stay safe and healthy, Alexander. And I look forward to your happiness. And I look forward again to more of your music. And to everyone else out there, my name is Zoe. As always, have courage and be kind. And this is today's best music. You're listening to Magic 89.9.